Please help me welcome JJ with a big round of applause.
It was summer, shining, sunny day, and it's perfect day you can swim on the ocean. It was in the Gwanghwamun beach in Busan, and I was swimming. Perfect day, and suddenly a big tidal wave captured me, and I was rolling down, and moving towards bottom of the sea.
Oh.
And is same as the situation rolling the stick. The same situation. And I was rolling, and I felt lack of air, and I wanted to breathe, but I could not, because I was under the sea, and I'm still rolling, and I don't know where it's up and or the down. Then, at the moment of last breath of the air from my lung, bubbles out, and that was the moment I could tell you the story. Toastmasters and guests, welcome here to listen to my story. And my story is about death and my experience of it. And it's just a tip. And I'll cover rest of the story later on. Before that, I'd like to tell you afterwards experience that moment. At that very moment, last bubble of air through my mouth, and that was last air from my lung. And what I saw at the moment, what do you expect do you see at that moment? The moment I saw is beautiful sun breaking down from the wave on the surface, and the sun light is breaking apart, and pieces of the light is very beautiful. And at that moment I didn't try to find any air, but I felt very beautiful. I cannot describe it. It's speechless. You have to experience it. At the same time, I saw my body still rolling under the sea. Strange moment. Strange. And surprisingly, at that moment, I opened my eyes. The eyes before that is something different, and open my eyes is my physical body. And then I saw bubbles still going up, and then I find where it's up and where it's down. And that moment I escaped the sea. I surfaced up, and then finally I breathed. But at that moment, I was so much choked up by the seawater in the lung, and I had to vomit all the seawater from my lung, and it's so painful. And I was exhausted. I had to take some time lying on the beach. After that didn't give me a whole idea of what it is, it just gave me some experience, and I didn't understand it. But after a while, I experienced another ones. When I was in a military service, I had enough time to be experienced with that. And that gave me another whole picture, gave me a whole understanding what it was. And after that, I could understand 3 points I'd like to tell you is that number one, my perspective on death is totally changing. There is no such thing as death. Death is just a transformation. Transforming from one physicality and the others. It was so nice to understand it. But if you have to understand, you will have to experience. And I don't dare you do that. Because it's too much risky. And second thing I'd like to tell you is that my perception of possession is totally changing. When it was rainy day, I didn't have umbrella. People are carrying their umbrella over their head, and it's raining. And I don't have umbrella. And what I have? The rain!
Oh!
Can you get it?
Wow.
The different perception of possession happened. You don't like it, right? And another thing is that the perception of possession is that you are owning a land. It's real estate. But if you don't pay the tax, then who owns the land? You are not really owning the real estate, the land. And even the tax receiver doesn't own the land. Land is owned by Earth. And who's owning the Earth? Universe! Don't you think so? Okay. There is second point that I could understand out of that experience. Lastly but not least, the third idea that I had to change is the concept of intelligence. So I'd like to mention specifically the extraterrestrial, and that's not the things things or being that you understand. My understanding is that they are beings. You may call them extraterrestrial or multidimensional or God or ghost, whatever. I think it's being, another being from other galaxy or other dimension. That's the thing that I can tell you is that I personally met one of those. You don't believe it, right? It doesn't matter. That's my experience, and you don't have to believe it. But it's one way or the other. It's so natural and so logical, and even it's scientific. So you can tell it's not just a story. At the last moment of your being on the earth, you may experience this experience that I have experienced. but you don't have to experience while you are living. You can just imagine, and imagination will bring you to the point where I have experienced, and you don't have to experience it. So my conclusion is that I just touched the iceberg of just a simple one experience, but it led me to another perspectives, and the reason I tell you is that I'd like to share you with some other perspective you can have while you are on the earth, while you are living here. So, back to
Yeah. Thank you very much, JJ. Personally, I don't want to experience near death.